There's always been a lot of talk about greatness. For many people, it's an unattainable goal selected for only a few. Others think it to be a special privilege, something that's injected into their DNA perhaps. But when I searched for the meaning of the word greatness, I was astounded by what I saw. Greatness is defined as being larger than the ordinary size, ability, degree, importance, or influence. So what this means is that the word great is just some form of a qualifier. It indicates size. Your effort could be good, but if mine is a lot more, mine would be great. You could have done a lot of work, maybe even great work, but if I've done more, then I'm greater. So what I found was that greatness isn't some mystical word. It isn't a special privilege bestowed on anyone from heaven. Greatness is simply born from the ability to do more. Anyone who wants to be great must do more. They must put in more work. That's the distinguishing factor. More sacrifices, more time, more focus, more effort, more work, more. Greatness is a measure of impact you have. Greatness is a measure of the influence you attain. But greatness is also a measure of the number of sacrifices you've made. Greatness is a measure of the amount of work you've put in. Greatness is a measure of your consistency. It means that if you would or could all do more than we're doing right now, then greatness wouldn't be unattainable. It also then means that greatness is not the end. There's always more to reach, more to attain. If greatness is a measure, then we can even do better than great. We can do greater, and maybe we could exceed greatness. The first thing that needs a shift is our mindset. We can no longer believe that some of us do not possess the ability to be great. Greatness is the harvest of a seed. Everyone who would become great must sow the seed of sacrifice. They must sow the seed of hard work. They must sow the seeds of delayed gratification. They must sow the seeds of consistency. They must sow the seeds of focus. They must sow the seeds of dedication. They must sow the seeds of resilience. These seeds are readily available to all. Anyone can access these seeds. So anyone can sow these seeds. And if anyone can sow these seeds, then anyone can be great. Greatness isn't conferred by heritage or an inheritance. We have so many bloodlines of royalty, but not everyone on those bloodlines is thought of as great. In fact, when you look at it, some of the greatest men and women that we know came from ordinary backgrounds. There was no privilege of money or opportunities. Some of them came from the broken places. The greatness they attained was driven by an ability to see beyond where they were coming from. If you must exceed greatness, then you must first believe that greatness is within your reach, and it's not dependent on where you're coming from. It's not dependent on whatever you've gone through. It's not even dependent on the mistakes you made. It's dependent on how much you're willing to sacrifice. So we must begin to believe that greatness is within our reach. Say it to yourself. I can change the world. Greatness is within my reach. I can influence my world for good. I'm not too small. I'm not too young. I'm not too old. I'm not too broken. I can do it. You can do it. You just need to believe it. Greatness is not out of your reach. You can exceed greatness. You can do more. You can always do more. The next thing you need to do is to expand your capacity, increase the seeds you're sowing. You've been doing good. You've been making progress. Maybe you've even been doing great. But remember, there's always more. If there's great, then there is greater. If there's greater, then there is greatest. If there's greatest, then you can exceed greatness. So put in a little bit more work. I know you feel like you're about to lose your mind, and when you can't possibly do any more than you're doing right now. But if that's the cost of greatness, then you're going to do it. Your body will refuse. Your mind will tell you that you're taking it too far. Your people around you will tell you that you're chasing castles in the air. They'll tell you that greatness isn't for the underprivileged. They'll tell you that people from your background don't become great, not to talk of exceeding greatness. They'll tell you that you don't have what it takes. But that's not how greatness works. That's not how you exceed greatness. You have to forget what anyone is saying about you. You have to ensure that no one is putting up a cap on your abilities. Not even you. Ensure that you don't listen to them. Don't even listen to your mind if she tells you that you can't do it. Clearly, it needs an upgrade. We tend to turn to self-preservation as humans. In reality, what we're doing is reaching for a place of fear. We're too afraid of failure, so we'd rather not try. We're too afraid of what people would say, so we'll remain where we think is safe. Or we would rather work with what we think we have than reach for more. We'll leave our ambitions and goals for the night time, and in the daytime we'll reach for the unattainable. And then we tell ourselves they're dreams that aren't supposed to come true. What if you could really own a business empire? What if you could really build that world-class charity organization? What if your story is actually the bestseller in the making? What if your small restaurant could actually be a world-class chain of restaurants around the country? What if your little guest house could actually blossom into becoming one of the best hospitality chains in the world? What if greatness could never come if you never dare to dream above where you are? Greatness would never come if you never open up your mind to the possibility that there could be more to your life. Maybe you don't even dream anymore. You've told yourself that good things don't just happen to you. You've told yourself that you are destined for an ordinary life. You've even told yourself that there's nothing special about you and there's no way you could make any real impact. Listen to me. Nobody is born great. Some people are born into wealthy homes. Some are born into royal families. Others are born privileged. Some people come into the world to meet a trust fund in their names. Some people may never work a day in their lives, and yet there's money lying around for them. But no one is born great. Absolutely none. Because to be great, you must prove yourself capable, and you don't have many people capable. Because proving yourself to be capable will require that you show who you really are. The time no one is looking at your background, no one is looking at where you're coming from. What matters is what you can do. What counts is what you're willing to do. How much of the price are you willing to pay? How much would you invest in your dreams? The time that matters is the strength of your character. How many times would you try before you give up? How many times are you willing to fail before getting it right? In greatness, it's your resilience that counts. It's your ability to focus on the vision till it comes through that counts. It's your compassion that counts. How much are you willing to do for humanity? Just how much do you want to change the world for the better? To be great, you must pay the price. So stop telling yourself that there's no room for you. Stop telling yourself that the world is only for the privileged. You are capable of limitless possibilities, and if you must truly live, give yourself a chance to explore possibilities. So do a little bit more. And as the day goes by, keep putting a little bit more. You must see your life as an investment. If a seed of hard work and sacrifice will bring greatness, then maybe you should sow more seeds so you would exceed greatness. Double the work you're putting in, double the efforts, intensify your sacrifices, intensify your focus, intensify your passion. That's how you'll exceed greatness. You never stop moving. You keep going on and on. You're capable of so much more than you think. You weren't just made for greatness. You were made to exceed greatness.